put your presentation in, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Ciao a tutti, io sono Elisa di Elab, per adesso mi sentirete soltanto, dopo renderò, anzi forse riesco già adesso, vediamo. Ok, ciao a tutti, io sono Elisa, benvenuti. Ciao Anna, ciao Melissa, ciao Simone. Oggi siamo qui insieme ai nostri collaboratori delle università inglese, Salvatore dall'Anglia Ruskin University, Michele dalla University of Westminster ed Emma dalla City University of London. Adesso farò una piccola introduzione, noi chi siamo e i nostri servizi, per poi passare la parola a Salvatore. Allora, innanzitutto mi sentite? Potete usare la chat per rispondermi, scrivere domande che vi avverto risponderemo alla fine, quindi se volete potete già scriverle. Perfetto, grazie mille Livia. E potete già scriverle, se volete scriverle in inglese, così agevoleremo le risposte e domande, che ci sarà la mia collega Magda ad aiutarmi alla fine della presentazione di tutte le università. Piccolo trucco tecnico: per non coprire le slide potete spostare il riquadro in cui mi visualizzate cliccando una piccola freccia all'interno dello schermino, in modo appunto da non coprire le parole, eccetera, eccetera. Ok, allora, scusate anche il ritardo. Allora, noi siamo ELAB, siamo nati nel 2010 come agenzia in Polonia. Nel corso degli anni siamo diventati, come fondazione, scusate, siamo diventati appunto poi un'agenzia che ha aiutato oltre 1000 studenti a fare domanda di ammissione per le università in tutto il mondo. Abbiamo aperto vari uffici, uno da poco, da 2 annetti, a Milano. Tra l'altro abbiamo vinto l'anno scorso proprio un premio come migliore nuova agenzia, per cui siamo molto fieri. Abbiamo oltre 100 università partner, più di 30 mentor con i quali aiutiamo gli studenti a fare domande di ammissione e oltre 38 consulenti che appunto aiutano gli studenti a capire il corso adatto a loro e al quale fare domanda di ammissione. Questi sono i nostri 3 uffici, appunto il primo in Polonia, poi ne abbiamo aperto uno a Milano e uno a Londra in Inghilterra. Questi qua sono i nostri servizi: aiutiamo gli studenti con la domanda di ammissione per gli studi della superiore, del liceo, e sia per tutti gli anni sia per un semplice anno o semestre. Abbiamo moltissime partnership con scuole o in Inghilterra o in America. Poi il motivo per cui siamo qua: aiutiamo gli studenti a fare domanda di ammissione per le università, per corsi di triennale o per master. Abbiamo poi anche dei corsi individuali per chi è nelle vicinanze di Milano e Bergamo. Ovviamente in questo periodo sono state tramutate in corsi online, però solitamente sono corsi individuali one to one con un insegnante madrelingua e servono appunto a prepararsi per una certificazione IELTS, Cambridge, oppure semplicemente un business English per chi magari gli serve l'inglese per il lavoro. E poi offriamo anche delle vacanze studio. Per i più piccolini fino a 17 anni offriamo vacanze studio con anche delle attività extra, mentre invece abbiamo anche dei semplici corsi di inglese che possono partecipare chiunque voglia. Abbiamo scuole in America, sia negli Stati Uniti che in Canada e in Inghilterra. Adesso una piccola introduzione del sistema educativo superiore, ovviamente in Inghilterra. Per chi non lo sapesse, nel Regno Unito esiste la possibilità di accedere a un foundation year, ovvero un anno zero propedeutico al primo anno universitario o alla magistrale, e serve per chi o è ancora in quarta e vorrebbe magari iniziare l'università un anno prima senza conseguire il diploma. Appunto c'è questa possibilità di partecipare a questo foundation year e poi accedere al primo anno universitario. Oppure anche chi semplicemente magari si trova delle difficoltà con l'inglese o vorrebbe, diciamo, avere un inizio un po' più soft, un po' più agevolato appunto per poter avere un primo sguardo delle materie universitarie. Stessa cosa per quanto riguarda chi magari fa il master, ma magari o ha conseguito una laurea non relativa al master per cui vorrebbe accedere, di conseguenza può fare un foundation year per poi appunto iniziare la magistrale o il master. Poi ovviamente corsi di laurea di primo livello che possono durare dai 3 ai 4 anni nel caso in cui ci sia un placement year, ovvero un anno in cui lo studente può appunto fare un anno di internship all'estero, quindi non in Inghilterra, ma proprio andare da un'altra parte a fare questo placement year. E poi ovviamente i master che durano 1 o 2 anni in base al tipo di corso e al tipo di università, diciamo. Ovviamente ci sono differenti deadline, scusate il piccolo errore, e per quanto riguarda le lauree di primo livello, in base al corso ci sono 2 tipologie di deadline, diciamo. La prima ha scadenza il 15 ottobre ed è per i corsi come medicina e veterinaria, per il quale serve fare un esame di ammissione, quindi bisogna fare domanda praticamente un anno prima dell'inizio dell'università. Poi la seconda scadenza è il 15 gennaio per tutti gli altri corsi. Ovviamente noi siamo qua perché non vuol dire che non potete più mandare domanda di ammissione, anzi moltissime università accettano ancora studenti pur essendo passata la scadenza. Semplicemente bisogna mandarla il prima possibile in modo da non rischiare che le università esauriscano i posti in aula. Per quanto riguarda invece i master, in base al corso, alcuni corsi hanno delle specifiche deadline, altri invece semplicemente anche lì le università accettano finché hanno ancora posti in aula disponibili. I requisiti. Che requisiti servono per poter accedere alle università inglesi? Allora, per quanto riguarda i corsi di laurea triennale, i requisiti sono ovviamente il diploma, un certificato di lingua inglese, solitamente la votazione richiesta è un 6.0 IELTS, una lettera motivazionale che dovete scrivere voi, una lettera di referenze scritta da un vostro professore e poi in base alla tipologia di corso che sceglierete e in base anche a quello che richiede l'università potrà essere richiesto in aggiunta una dimostrazione di un lavoro personale, ad esempio se è un corso artistico può essere richiesto un portfolio, oppure un corso più scientifico come ad esempio Biomedical Science necessita che voi deriviate da un liceo scientifico, perché dovete avere in pagella 2/3 materie scientifiche. Per quanto riguarda invece i master, i requisiti ovviamente differiscono perché serve la laurea, serve un certificato di inglese di un livello un po' più alto, un 6.5 IELTS almeno. La lettera la lettera motivazionale, anche lì dovete scriverla sempre voi in lingua inglese, 2 lettere di referenza, quindi o da 2 professori o da un professore e da un datore di lavoro, e poi servirà anche il transcript degli esami in lingua inglese, eccetera, eccetera. Comunque vi ricordiamo che noi aiutiamo proprio in questo, quindi nel caso in cui siete interessati a mandare domande di ammissione non esitate a ricontattarci. I costi per gli studi. In Inghilterra per tutte le lauree triennali in università pubbliche il costo annuale è di 9.250 sterline, mentre invece per i master varia da università a corso, può partire da un minimo di 5.000 sterline fino ad un massimo di 31.000 sterline. Per chi non lo sapesse, in Inghilterra esiste un prestito d'onore finanziato direttamente dal governo britannico. Che cos'è? Praticamente per chiunque si iscrive studente europeo ad una università in Inghilterra per fare un corso di laurea triennale, il governo britannico dà direttamente questo prestito all'università, nel senso che anticipa per voi le rette universitarie, quindi 9.250 sterline all'anno. E poi voi andrete a restituire una volta che completate gli studi e una volta che iniziate a lavorare e a guadagnare una certa cifra di salario minimo annuo. Per quanto riguarda invece il master è un po' diverso perché il prestito è di circa 10.906 sterline e in questo caso i soldi vengono dati direttamente in mano vostra, quindi nel caso in cui il master dovesse costare di meno, con i soldi che vi rimangono fate quello che volete, diciamo. Mentre invece se dovesse costare di più dovete aggiungere voi una parte, la parte mancante. Nel caso in cui non riusciate a restituire questo finanziamento entro 30 anni, si estingue in automatico. Figurati, Lidia, vedo piccolino, quindi mi devo avvicinare. Allora, questa è una slide un po' semplificativa dei costi della vita in Inghilterra. Ovviamente differiscono da città a città e anche dal modo in cui voi un po' vi gestite. Più o meno l'alloggio costa 80 sterline alla settimana, per città come Londra ovviamente è un po' più costoso l'alloggio. Il vitto, anche lì dipende tutto da voi, più o meno 70 sterline al mese, come vi gestite alla settimana, in base a quanto spendete o a quanto vi piace mangiare. Mentre invece i trasporti, anche lì, da alcune città costano 60 sterline al mese, mentre invece Londra è più costosa. Vi abbiamo inserito questa Totum Extra Card, che è una carta molto utile per gli studenti, poiché dà la possibilità di ricevere moltissimi sconti e agevolazioni, quindi nel caso in cui dobbiate partire per l'Inghilterra vi consiglio di richiederne una. Vedo che molti altri si stanno aggiungendo, molto bene, benvenuti. Il lavoro. Molti studenti richiedono: ma è possibile conciliare lavoro e studi? Ovviamente sì, molto spesso è proprio l'università ad aiutare gli studenti a cercare un piccolo lavoro part-time, che possa essere dallo staff del bar dell'università, addetti alla vendita in negozi, tutor per magari studenti più piccolini, internship proprio magari con aziende convenzionate con l'università, oppure semplici addetti alla biblioteca dell'università. Perché studiare all'estero? Beh, sicuramente studiare all'estero dà tantissime opportunità. Queste sono soltanto alcune delle opportunità che potrete ottenere andando a studiare all'estero, come ad esempio il migliorare una lingua, avere un miglior biglietto da visita per l'ingresso del mondo del lavoro, ricevere un insegnamento più pratico. Tutti noi sappiamo come ricevere un insegnamento qui in Italia, teorico, studi e basta, mentre invece in Inghilterra l'insegnamento è molto più pratico. Poi viaggiare, perché già andare a studiare all'estero è un primo viaggio, ma comunque avrete la possibilità di poter andare ovunque voi vogliate. Poi conoscere ovviamente una nuova cultura, perché entrerete proprio a far parte di un mondo totalmente diverso e quindi appunto potrete avere modo di interagire con una nuova cultura e anche farla vostra. Diventare indipendenti, perché ovviamente se partirete da soli dovrete cavarvela appunto con voi stessi, quindi dovete capire un po' come gestire il denaro e quindi diciamo cercare di diventare più grandi e più responsabili. E ovviamente, ma non per esclusione, vi farete un sacco di amici internazionali, perché le università inglesi sono famose per avere tantissimi studenti provenienti da tutto il mondo. Bene, la mia piccola introduzione finisce qui. Questi qua sono i nostri contatti. Seguiteci su Facebook, su Instagram, segnatevi i nostri numeri. Io vi ricordo che per qualsiasi domanda non esitate a contattarci. Adesso passo la parola a Salvatore dell'Anglia Ruskin University, che vi parlerà del corso di psicologia per il quale siamo qui. Vi ricordo, domande se volete scrivetele in inglese o in italiano come preferite, però risponderemo a dopo, va bene? Hi Salvatore, when you want.
Hi, yes, hello everyone, ciao a tutti. So thank you first of all for attending this webinar, and thank you also to ILAB for organizing it. So yeah, today my presentation will be just a brief introduction to Anglia Ruskin University, where we are, what we offer, and a bit more in-depth information about our psychology courses at undergraduate and at postgraduate level. Okay, so as we said at the beginning, any questions you have, we leave it at the end for the Q&A session, but you can start typing them on the chat box. Okay, So about Anglia Ruskin, a bit of background, a bit of history. Even though we are considered one of the modern universities in the UK, we have a history that goes back to 1858. And everything started when this gentleman, the guy that you see on the presentation, his name is John Ruskin. He started the School of Art in Cambridge. Since then, we developed and we became a very large university, one of the largest in the east of England, with around 22,000 students in the UK and around 40,000 students around the globe. Very international universities. We have students from over 180 different countries studying with us. And we are in the top 350 universities in the world, according to the Times Higher Education World University Rankings for 3 years on a row. Where we are, probably from the name you don't get an idea where the university is. So our university has two main campuses. So one is in Cambridge, which you might have heard already about Cambridge, not too far from London, just less than an hour from London, for those of you who really like going to London for parties. Not too far from major international airports like Stansted Airport that has direct flights to many Italian cities. It's about half an hour from Cambridge, and also not too far from Heathrow. The other city, the name is Chelmsford, and I will talk about the city in the next couple of slides. Chelmsford, again, is closer to London. As you can see there, is about 30 minutes from London, and again, close to major international airports. About the cities where we have our campuses, so Cambridge, not much to say there, is a very renowned center of learning, of academic excellence, known worldwide for its history, beautiful architecture, and very nice cultural city. It is very student-friendly city. As you can see on the presentation, there are about 35,000 students living in Cambridge with a population of 120,000. And that's a very large percentage because obviously there are two universities based in Cambridge. So the city lives around its students in general. About our Cambridge campus, what is important to know is a quite city center location. We are about 5-10 minutes walk from the main city center in Cambridge. And we are a self-contained campus. That means we have all our facilities on campus. We have accommodation on campus, and there you can see a list of some of the labs, some of the facilities, amenities we have, because as we said at the beginning, that Elisa in her presentation, what is a big difference for studying in the UK is that you do a lot of practice. And to do a lot of practice, you need to have a lot of labs, a lot of facilities. So as all universities in the UK, every year we're trying to improve our facilities, we're trying to improve our labs. About Chelmsford City. So it's one of the newest cities in the UK. Until recently, to become a city in the UK, you had to have a cathedral, which is not the case for Chelmsford, but I think in 1994 or two, the Chelmsford became a city. Before it was known as a town, which was for the Queen's birthday. It is not a very large city, similar to Cambridge, I would say, about 120,000 people living there. Again, lots of young people because of the university being there. It is a very safe city. It is connected to Italy, I would say, because it was one of the first Roman settlements in Britain, called at the time Caesar Magus, which means the market for Caesar. And also it was where Guglielmo Marconi first time used the radio waves. First time he used the radio, so it is considered as the birthplace of radio. About the campus, I would say it's bigger than our Chelmsford campus. There is more space there. Again, quite central, about 10 minutes walk to the city center. Close to the river. Lots of modern new buildings on campus. We've been building quite a lot there as well. And again, as we saw in Cambridge, there are lots of facilities on campus that students can use for the courses, from hospital wards, simulation suite, engineering studios, and many others. On campus gym, as well as medical center. Briefly about the courses, the faculties, basically, besides psychology, what else you could study at Anglia Ruskin. So we have our Faculty of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, which there you can have an idea of the courses we offer, from design to philosophy, sociology, drama, linguistics, criminology. We have the Faculty of Business and Law, so management, finance, law, human resources, marketing, tourism, and so on. The Faculty of Science and Engineering, which is the largest faculty. We have a psychology, we have artificial intelligence, architecture, different engineering courses, life sciences, biomedical, and animal behavior, marine biology, psychology, obviously, as I said. And the Faculty of Health, Medicine, Education, and Social Care. So we are one of the new medical schools in the UK. It's 2 years now that we're running our medical courses in our Chelmsford campus. But we also have courses in public health, nursing, education, and paramedic science and midwifery. Talking about psychology. So as I said at the beginning, we offer psychology degrees at undergraduate, like first prima laurea, and also postgraduate, laurea magistrale. There you can see the list of our courses. So there is the general psychology course, psychology combined with criminology, which is quite popular lately with Italian students, and also psychology with clinical psychology. Some important things to know about the undergraduate courses: they do give you the option to do a placement year. What Elisa was mentioning, you do get the chance to do a placement internship. This can be working outside the university, working with researchers in different projects, or working even outside the UK. We have a dedicated team of a dedicated placement team that helps you find a placement internship for your specific needs, for your specific course. And also, just following up on on Elisa's presentation, we do offer the option for a foundation year, the year 0, as we said, where students that they cannot get direct access to the first year because their grades are a bit lower than expected, or they just want to go straight after the 4th year of liceo into university. We do have the psychology postgraduate courses, and there is a bigger variety there. We have the psychology conversion course, which is also for applicants that don't have a background in psychology. So, you might have studied something different than psychology, but you want to go into psychology. So that course is specific for this type of situations. We have applied positive psychology, clinical child psychology, research methods, foundations, and cognitive and clinical neuroscience. So we do cover different areas of psychology. And I started opposite. So instead of introducing the School of Psychology, I just introduced you the courses. And now it's more specific about our School of Psychology, which it has a really good reputation. In the UK, every 7 years, I believe, 7 to 8 years, they do something called the Research Excellence Framework. So they're looking at the research of each institution, and they try to rate it. And in the last one, we were rated as world leading, and that places us at the top, in one of the top universities, modern universities in psychology in the UK. The good thing of our psychology courses, and that's very important for everybody to know, is that it has courses accredited by the professional body in the UK, the British Psychological Society. To become a psychologist, you will need to become a chartered member of the British Psychological Society to become a clinical psychologist. So the courses that you will be studying, they are accredited by the BPS. Because of that, again, the student and staff ratio, it is quite small. So we have, for each 20 students, a group of 20 students is 20 to 1. So one academic per 20 students. So the teaching, when you're using the labs, when we have the seminar, the lecture, it's smaller groups, so it's easier to teach and easier for students to understand and ask questions. We do have 2 research centers, as you can see there. So the Center for Mind and Behavior and the Center for Societies and Groups. So 2 different areas of psychology. And it is important because, as I said, to become a psychologist, probably you all know that it's not enough. You do 3 years of study, and after you don't become a psychologist, it's a long process where you need to get involved in research. You need to get to do exams. So with the research centers, we're trying to help students to achieve that. And also, if you graduate your degree with a minimum of 2.2, you will be eligible to get the status of graduate charter member of the British Psychological Society, which, as I said earlier, that's what you need to become a psychologist in the UK. A bit more details about the facilities for psychology. The photos you can see here on the right, they are of our science center, which is one of our newest buildings in Cambridge, where our psychology department is based, where all the labs that you can see there are based. Just to clear, I'm not an academic myself. I'm not a psychologist myself. So I put down there some of the names of the labs. Some of them I know what exactly they do, but some of them they are a bit more specific. So apologies if I'm not able to give two answers to very specific questions about the labs. But you can see that there are labs from electroencephalographic lab, which is basically measuring the electrical activity along the scalp, along the brain. The perception lab, how people perceive different things by looking at them. Neuroscience lab, stimulating and measuring the brain activity. We have the biomarker analysis lab. Human factors lab, so the place to investigate everyday psychology using virtual reality and simulation techniques. Social behavior lab, how we behave in a social environment, try to study that. We have the psychometrics lab, which is a very, very good lab for mass testing of participants using appropriate psychometric tests. And the body lab, development lab. So the development lab is also specifically maybe for children. So we have a lab where we have we ask people to bring their child to study how children behave with different things being in the room. So and how they develop their understanding, how they develop particular areas for the children. About the entry requirements, divided there by undergraduate and postgraduate. So for our undergraduate courses, from the esame di Stato, we expect a minimum of 70, 75 plus with subjects in science and psychology, obviously preferred. We're looking at your English language level. So I put there IELTS 6.5 or equivalent. So the equivalent can be a Cambridge qualification, or now with the lockdown that is difficult to take a test face-to-face, we accept several online tests that are available, and ELAB, they can help you with that. They can tell you which test each university accepts. For postgraduate, we will looking at a laureate with a minimum of 94 in a related subject, except the conversion course, as I said during the presentation. And again, the IELTS is a similar level as for undergraduate. What is important, again, to mention about UK universities is the support students they get from the beginning until the end of their studies and beyond. So, we help you with English language. So, you might have reached the English language level that is required, but you feel like you want some extra support. So we have in-session English support with English teachers. It's a free session. You just drop in and you work in different areas of your English language. And that's the same also for General Study Skills Plus, is where they help you, about specific areas in psychology that you might need some more support. That's what Study Skills Plus does. We have the student advice service that helps students with arrival. We offer international arrival orientation program, airport pickups. We organize different events on campus and so on. The Employment Bureau, career advice, again, following up on what Elisa says, that you are able to work while you're studying, combine studies and work. We help you to find a part-time job that should be enough to cover your everyday expenses as well as your rent, but also to look at beyond your studies when you want to go there and start looking for a job, what career path to follow. In psychology case, what you have to do to become either clinical psychologist, or you want to get involved in different areas of psychology. Very active in sports, so we have lots of sport teams. We run by our student union, but also we do different sports, not at competitive level, just for socializing, just for leisure. And we do offer services in counseling and well-being. Basically, if you feel homesick or you don't like the food in the UK, you don't like the weather in the UK, we help you to adapt to these things. But also for more serious problem, if there are some more, from mental health to other serious problems, we do have professions that are able to help students. We are focused a lot on employability. I believe that's the main focus of all UK universities. We do offer, as we said, for psychology, but for the majority of our courses, placements and internships for 1 year. We do focus a lot on entrepreneurship. We have a big competition on campus for big entrepreneurs. They have a business idea, and if they win our competition, they can win a prize of £10,000 to start up their own business. Participate in national international fairs on campus or off campus. Trying to go a bit faster, just I'm aware of the time. So accommodation, we do offer different types of accommodation. So we have on-campus accommodation. They are all single rooms, different from the American style where you have to share. A good number, they are en suite, and some you share the bathroom with others. You share the kitchen with all students. There you can see the price range. It goes from around £100 to £200 for a big deluxe studio flat. And the majority of the accommodation does include internet and most of your bills. We also help you to find the private sector, to find accommodation in the private sector, in share houses, in residence hall, or in homestay. Tuition fees, yes, there are, as we said, as Elisa said in her presentation, for undergraduate is the same for everyone, is £9,250. For postgraduate is between 7,900 to around 9,000. Obviously, for both cases, you can apply for student finance for 2020 academic year. We do have different types of scholarships. So we have the EU undergraduate bursary of £800 in your first year, as long as you accept your offer on time. And after, we have some merit scholarship depending on your performance from high school. The ARU bursary, depending on your income, and also a sports scholarship for those of you that they are active in different types of sports and compete at national, international level. You can apply for that, and also for those of you that you want to.
Thank you very much, Salvatore. Grazie mille. Ragazzi, vi ricordo, domande se avete potete già scriverle. Adesso passiamo la parola a Michele dalla University of Westminster. Hey, Michele. Hey. Hi, okay, you can start, okay?
So, hello everyone. So yes, I'm Michele Mondo from the University of Westminster. So I'll mention a little bit about the university. So firstly, we're a large university of 19,000 plus students that come to us from 160 different nationalities and countries throughout the world. We've been teaching for over 180 years, and a unique thing about our university is the number of students that study with us from outside of the UK. We have over 5,000 students from all over the world, lots from Italy, Spain, France, Germany, America, Canada, Australia, all over the world. So you'll really get an international cosmopolitan experience studying with us. We've been ranked among the top 15 most international universities in the world because of that statistic. And we're a very good graduate employment rate of students who find employment after studying their degree with us. So a little bit about where we are. This is a map of central London. I'm sure many of you have been to London before. We have 3 campuses right in the centre of London near Oxford Street, Oxford Circus. We have the Marylebone campus, we have a Cavendish campus and Regent campus on Regent Street. And we have a 4th campus in the box on the top left called Harrow. All of your studies, being a psychology student, would be based at our Cavendish campus. So it's the one right in the middle of Cavendish. It's next to the BT Tower. You're about 10 minutes walk away from Oxford Circus, a few minutes walk away from Regent's Park. You're close to the London Eye, Big Ben, Hyde Park, Trafalgar Square, Leicester Square, Camden Town. If you've been to London before, it's a fantastic place, near King's Cross. So where your study is right in the heart of London. And just to give you a background of our campuses and what you can study at each of them. So we teach lots and lots of different subjects. The Cavendish is home of our social sciences, which would include, and life sciences, which would include psychology, also computer science and engineering. We also teach courses in humanities, law, architecture, business, arts, and media and communications. So a bit about the psychology department. So we have an award-winning environment and campus. We have our course team. They're all professionally trained, have qualifications, and are either practicing counsellors or psychotherapists at the moment. This is a picture of the Cavendish campus and things that are available. We have a polyclinic on campus, an outdoor courtyard called a pavilion, coffee shop, place to buy food, a library, lecture. We have specific laboratories on this campus. So we teach biosciences, psychology, computer science. So it's a very high-tech modern campus with different laboratories for each of the different subjects that we teach. We have all of these different bachelor's degrees and master's degrees. So for bachelor's, we have a 3-year psychology degree. You can also study a degree of psychology and counselling, or we have a degree called cognitive and clinical neuroscience, which is more scientific based, and you would need to have studied a science subject within your maturita, and have a specific grade within either biology, chemistry, maths, physics, or psychology, to be able to study the clinical and cognitive and clinical neuroscience course. We also, similar to Salvatore and Elisa mentioned, we have the foundation year. So you can study the year 0 in psychology or year 0 in psychology and counselling, and that will be a 4-year degree. And then we also have a degree where you can split psychology and criminology and study a combination of them both. As Salvatore mentioned, it's very popular for students. For all of our undergraduate degrees, so our bachelor's degrees, you've got the option of taking the placement year or the study abroad year. So in that 3rd year, between your 2nd and 3rd year of study, you can do a 12-month work placement or an exchange semester or year abroad at one of our partner universities. For master's students interested in doing a master's degree, we have 2 courses, master's in psychology, and we also offer health psychology. And similar to as Salvatore mentioned, all of our degrees are accredited by the British Psychological Society, which is very important if you want to practice becoming a psychiatrist once you've finished. So this is a slide just to tell you a bit about what the teaching is like and how you'll be assessed during your exams. So teaching for psychology, you'll have lectures, seminars, you have practical classes, but mostly work in laboratory, and you'll also have supported online course material to do within your independent learning. So outside of your class time, you'll have online material to work through to prepare for next tutorials or seminars. And your assessments, it will differ depending on which modules you're taking, but you'll be assessed for exams, in-class tests, essays, oral and poster presentations, debates, case studies, laboratory work, practical skills, or technical reports. More information on each of the degrees and all of the modules will be available on the web link you can see at the bottom of the screen. So in terms of what we ask for any of our psychology bachelor's degrees, we ask for la maturità with a score of 70 or above. For that course I mentioned in cognitive and clinical neuroscience, you would need 70, but a score of 8 in either in one science subject, which could be chemistry, physics, biology, maths, or psychology. So 70 overall and a score of 8 in one science subject. For students interested in studying a master's degree with us, the two courses that we offer, for psychology, you would need 90, and for health psychology, also a minimum of 90. For English, we look at an IELTS of 6.0 with minimum 5.5 in each of the 4 components. And also for masters, for this year, we're also accepting IELTS of 6. For the psychology degree on its own, the master's program, we ask for an IELTS of 7, so slightly higher. So if you want to do the master's in psychology, you would need IELTS of 7. I do realize now it's might be difficult to take the exam, the IELTS test, or other English language tests at the moment due to the current situation we're all facing. So we are able to offer you other tests that you can take from home. We offer a test called TOEFL Home Edition test. There's a password English language skills test that you can take from home. So we are being very adaptive to the situation. So if you're a student in high school at the moment, you may not know whether you're going to get your results this coming summer. So whatever the situation is in your in Italy at the moment, we will be flexible and adapt to the situation. So if you don't get your final grade, we will look at other things like your last year's grade or your first semester. So I know it's a panicking time right now, but if you are considering studying in the UK, do please still consider it. And Westminster, we will be adapted to whatever the situation is in your country, in Italy. And then once it's safe to do so, eLab also offer free English language tests in the office in Milan. I won't go too much into this slide because you heard before, but the fee is £9,250 per year for an undergraduate student. We offer 2 psychology master's degree. Both of those are £9,500, and that is for the full 1-year program. You can get a loan for both your undergraduate and postgraduate degree if you start this September 2020, and the full amounts is available on the screen that you can get. But we do offer lots of scholarships to students based on your academic achievements. So if you get very good grades in your high school, in your maturità or your laurea, please do consider applying for one of our scholarships. We offer lots and lots of different scholarships, ranging from a part fee or a half fee, and even more. And our scholarships are available for each of the years if you're an undergraduate, or for the full year if you're a master's student. So a bit about our accommodation. So you'll be studying in central London. You can live in our Wembley campus, Wembley Halls of Residence, which is called Raffles House. The price per week is £200, and that's for a single bedroom with your own private toilet and shower in your room. All the rooms are the same, so all standard bedrooms. You have double bed, wardrobe, shelves. You have a shared kitchen, so you can see in the picture on the screen. And that's a photo on the right of what the flats look like. I say they're all single bedrooms with private toilet, shower facilities, en suites in your room, and you share the kitchen. So that is if you're considering applying, make an application through eLab, and it's free for you to make. And the websites to make an application are UCAS or UCAS Postgraduate. And as Elisa mentioned, you'll need a completed online application form, a personal statement of why you're interested in studying psychology, a reference from an academic tutor, and your transcripts if you have them. Otherwise, make the application, and then we will ask for the transcripts as and when you receive them. So that's it from me. But I'll leave you my contact details. So we're going to have some questions and answers at the end. But you've got my email address there. Do look on our website, look on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram of things that are happening on campus at the moment. Thank you very much for listening. I look forward to having your questions at the end.
Thank you very much, Michele. Now, ora è il turno di Emma, della City of University of London. Hi, Emma. Get started, okay?
Emma, your speaker is off.
Sorry. I did click that, but obviously didn't work. So sorry, everyone. My name's Emma from City University of London. And just to get things started, as our name suggests, we are in London. We're in Zone 1 in London. And if you have been to London before, our nearest tube stations are Angel, Farringdon, Barbican. So we're in that pocket of London, which is quite well known for design, arts, but also known for being near the banking centre of Europe. As you can see on the map here, we have the Northampton Square campus, which is the main campus. But around campus, we also have accommodation. We have lots of restaurants, bars. So it's a really fun place to study, as well as being really close to all the businesses and professions which we train students to go into. And I think in the next slide, I will show you the campus. So although we are in the city centre, we do have a campus feel in the sense that everyone pretty much is on this campus. As you can see, we've got coffee shops, we have libraries, we've got a sports centre. So although you are in a city, you do feel part of a community on campus. And I do encourage you to look on our virtual campus maps on our website as well to get a real feel of what it's like on campus. So just to introduce you to City, we actually celebrated 125 years last year. We are also part of the University of London, and if you're not sure what that means, it means that we're part of a collegiate group of universities, which for our students means that you can share accommodation provision, facilities across London, so not just within City. So it is really great for students to be part of a wider network of students, really. And similarly to the other universities that you've heard, we are very international. So we're around about 50% international. About 20% of our cohort is actually EU students. So, and Italians are our biggest nationality on campus. So we're proud to welcome international students. I've also got a bullet point here about the facilities, and I really encourage you, like I said before, to go on a virtual tour, because there has been a lot of investment and a lot of money put into the facilities on campus, not just within your chosen subject, which is maybe psychology, but like I say, the sports facilities, accommodation provision. It's really got a really new and modern feel on campus. A few other facts, just to pull out some of them. So we've got nearly 20,000 students, and about half of those are postgraduate students, and the other half are undergraduate students. And we are most well known for our really strong links to the business and professional world. So all our degrees, including our psychology degrees, have some sort of work experience opportunity within those. So it is really kind of one of our strengths as a university. And accommodation provisions. So we do guarantee accommodation for all first year undergraduate students. And you normally need to submit your application by the 30th of June, the year that you were deciding to come to university. And we have heavily subsidised accommodation. So accommodation starts at £150 per week, which is very reasonable for living in Zone 1 in London. For postgraduate students, it's slightly different. When you do confirm your place at the university, you'll be contacted by the accommodation team. And similarly, the prices are around about the same, around about £200 a week for postgraduate student accommodation. Okay, so moving on to the courses. So within the psychology department, we have 3 undergraduate bachelor courses. And as you can see here, we've got psychology, but you can also combine psychology with criminology, or you can combine it with sociology as well as an option. And in the next slide, I'll just show you some of the pathways that you can do if you choose just to do the psychology bachelor degree. Now, if you choose to do psychology in your final year, you will have the opportunity to specialise in a particular pathway, as you can see. You don't have to decide this until your final year. So this is just an optional extra that you can decide in your final year. And for some students, they like to do this and have this specialisation on their degree certificate. For example, if they were thinking about doing a master's degree programme. For postgraduate courses, we have a few as well. I would say our most popular postgraduate course in this area is our clinical, social and cognitive neuroscience master's programme. And I think in the next slide, yeah, I've got Y City. So I'm going through quickly because I know we have limited time. So Y City, I've got a few facts and figures up there. Really, we have a really strong psychology department, very highly ranked, really research intensive. So especially if you're thinking about doing a master's programme with us, we have very active and highly regarded professors, academics that are working with you in your degree. We also have a very strong reputation for the employability. I think I've got a ranking here, yes. We have a very strong and successful ranking for graduate employment. And that really is to do with the fact that we have dedicated placement teams, not just in the psychology department, but all our departments, in helping students with part-time work, placement opportunities, job experience as they are studying, which means that our students are really, really successful. And just to reiterate that, the 3 points here. So one of the other options for students, especially if students in the undergraduate degree do not want to take an additional year as part of a sandwich year, which means that you do a whole year work placement, which is my second point here. The micro placement option is for students who in the summer months would like to undertake work experience at six months. We also have lots of job opportunities on campus for students who are thinking about doing research, and you can actually get a job interning for one of our actively researching professors on one of their projects as well. So yeah, definitely lots of opportunity for that if you choose to come to City to study psychology. I have already mentioned the facilities and how great they are. We also do have a number of research units, research groups as well. And these are just a few of those, so just 4, there are many more. And I have a hyperlink at the bottom here, which will take you directly to the psychology department's landing web page. And from there, you'll be able to have the tour, the official tour of the psychology department and all its research units. So if you're interested in that, take a note of that URL, and I really recommend doing that in your own time. Okay, so requirements. We do ask for quite high requirements for undergraduate students. However, this is very, very flexible, especially now. Italian students do extremely well on the course. So you should know that your predecessors have done extremely well, and we are really willing to be as flexible as possible, especially now. If you are predicted around about 85% in your diploma for your diploma, please do contact ELAB or myself to really see your application to see if you would be a good candidate for the psychology department. For master's courses, you'll find on each of the course pages either a UK 2-1 or a UK 2-2, and as you can see here, if that kind of converts to 104 out of 110, if the course asks for a 2-1, and 94 out of 110 if it requires a 2-2. Majority of the courses do ask for a 2-1, But again, we're being really flexible with this. So if you are slightly under there, but you really have a strong maybe work experience, maybe extracurricular activities that is related back to the course, then I would still recommend you submit an application. And again, going through eLab in the first instance. For English tests, we do accept IELTS, like the other universities here. However, of course, we understand that at the moment it's very difficult for students to take an IELTS test. So please do again get in contact with us if you have taken maybe the Cambridge Advanced or Proficiency, if you've taken an IGCSE or another English test that you feel is at the same level or near that level. Please get in contact with eLab, and then we'll be able to help you and to get in contact with us. If you don't match the requirements, we do have partnerships with foundation providers Into and Kaplan, and their information can also be found on our website. So I've included this slide because I do get asked this question a lot: what would make a good application? What do universities like to see? So in the UK, primarily we're looking at your academic achievement. So that will be the number one thing we will be looking at in the first instance. So it is important that you have the grades, or you're around about the grades that universities are asking for. But then obviously the other side of that is we are looking for a good personal statement. Now this can apply for both undergraduate and postgraduate students. I have some tips here which you might want to take away. We do realise that at the moment, lots of students aren't doing extracurricular activities, or they're not doing work experience. So things like that will be taken into consideration in your personal statement. And it's all about being creative and inventive, I suppose, in this moment. So yeah, do take a note of that slide, and do ask us any questions or eLab questions at the end. The costs, and you've already seen for EU students at the moment, the costs for students coming in this year is £9,250 per year. For master's courses, it really does vary for all the psychology courses which I showed you on the slide. So some of the ones that I showed you were around about £9,880, and some were all the way up to £16,000 plus. So please look on the individual course pages, and they will very clearly show the price of the course. And scholarships, we do have 3 scholarships for undergraduate students. The Lord Mayor of London Scholarship and the President's International Scholarship. These are both £2,000 and based on your academic achievements, but you must have been taking something like the IB or A level. Now, for students who haven't been taking that curriculum, we do have the Global Leaders Scholarship, which is £1,000, and that is deducted from your tuition fee. So I'll just go to the next slide. Postgraduates, so postgraduate scholarships. These are very specific to the school as well, and each of the psychology department courses. They range from about £500 all the way up to £2,000. Again, they are based on academic achievement and will normally be assessed alongside your application. So do take that into consideration. So I'll just reiterate again why maybe choosing psychology at City would be a good option for you. We do have a really strong reputation within this area. Again, we are BPS accredited, excellent facilities. So yeah, I'm conscious of the time, so I'm going to get through this really quickly. But yeah, I'd say the number one thing is also our really strong links to businesses, professions, and giving students lots of work experience alongside studying. Okay, final 2 slides. So this is just because we have been getting quite a lot of questions from students about the COVID-19. We are being really flexible, as I mentioned before. We are now accepting the at-home TOEFL tests, but please get in contact with the universities if you need any more information. And finally, there are more online events that are happening at City specifically. So if you did need any more information about any of the psychology programs, or generally how to apply to university, either contact obviously eLab, or you can contact me as well. Okay, I think that's it.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Salvatore. Thank you, Michele. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Okay, you're all back. Emma, Michele. Emma, I don't have your camera. Yes, I have your camera. Michele? Oh, Michele is not with us anymore. Okay. So now will be a time for questions. So if any of you, Anna, Georgia, Simo, Kapli, Stefano, if you have any questions, please, now it's the time. Also, everybody who are watching us on Facebook, if you have any questions, please type your question in the comment, and I will ask this question here for you. So we have something, wait. Okay, let's see. I don't know, I didn't remember how to, oh yes. Do I need math for psychology? And will I have a lot of math at psychology course? So who will go first? Let's go, Emma.
Yeah, sure. So it is important to know that, yes, there is some mathematics involved within the course. So please be aware of that. In terms of entry requirements, we don't ask for necessarily specific grades within that, but if we can see that you have failed in the math, then that can be a problem. I think it will be the same with the BTS accreditation, because we will have a lot of the same modules in the first year. So it is worth checking with universities before you apply. They do have specific requirements for mathematics. It would be really helpful if you did have a good level of math. Like I say, we don't ask for specific grades in that, but it is helpful if you have that.
Okay, great. And how is it? Thank you, Emma. How is it at Anglia Ruskin, Salvatore?
Yes, I mean, you don't, if you have any science-related subject, it's okay. So it doesn't need to be specific maths for psychology, but you will need to have a good math background from previous years of high school. And with regards to doing a lot of math during the psychology course, there will be, yes, an element of math because you will be doing some statistics to try to see behavior and so on. But it's not a math course. So if you don't like maths, you don't need to worry, but you need to have a certain basis in maths to be able to get into the course. So I hope that answers the question.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Salvatore. Georgia, is that what you were asking? Is there something else that we can help you with? I'm just trying to understand what happened to Michele. Let's see another question. In the meantime, I'll try to figure out what's wrong. Can an arts student study psychology? Emma?
So the short question is yes, but it really, yes, you can. You would have to obviously show in your personal statement why you wanted to do that. As I mentioned before, there isn't any prerequisite for you to have had any psychology backgrounds or have done maths or science specifically. But it might, if admissions officers are looking at your application, they might want to know why exactly you've chosen to do psychology, especially if you have no sort of background in that area. So you need to make it clear in your personal statement exactly why and what kind of skills you think would make a good psychology student and how you think those skills can really help you to be applied to the subject.
Yes, yeah, of course. Okay, thanks, Emma. And Salvatore, I believe the same, right?
Yes, more or less the same. The personal statement will be important. However, also you can consider the foundation, the pathway. So it's for students also that they come from a different background and they want to study, in your case, psychology. So they will prepare you for any gaps you might have for psychology with the foundation year, the year zero, as we call it, to be able to do psychology. So if you're not successful straight away with a good personal statement explaining why psychology and why you have chosen this path, still you have the chance to do it via the foundation year.
Okay, great. Thanks, Salvatore. Michele, welcome back. We cannot hear you.
Maybe your microphone.
I'm back.
You're back. Great. So, Michele, you deserve 2 questions in a row.
Oh, good.
Can an art student study psychology?
So similar as Salvatore was saying, we don't ask for any specific grades in your overall maturità, so you can study art and then do psychology with us. Mm-hmm. You'll need a personal statement just mentioning why you're interested in psychology. Mm-hmm. For our master's degree, I'm not sure, Stefano, if you're looking for a bachelor's or master's, but for a master's, you would need to have studied a bachelor's within psychology. So that's the only area.
Okay, thanks. Stefano, let us know if you're looking for undergraduate or postgraduate course. And Michele, first question was also, do I need math for psychology, and will I have a lot of math at psychology course?
So yes, for us, we do not look for your maths. We don't look at your maths grade. Just one of our degrees in cognitive and clinical neuroscience, you would need one science subject, which could be maths. So if you study lots of maths, Georgia, you're eligible to apply for all of our bachelor's degrees. For our university, we don't ask for a specific grade in maths. It's just your overall maturità grade plus your English. And we want to teach you everything during your first year, introductions to everything, to move on to the second and third year. Okay,
great. Thank you. And Stefano replied to us, undergraduate. Thanks.
Undergraduate, perfect. So yes, you can study anything and study a psychology degree with us.
Okay, thanks, guys. We have another question. Any suggestions for the personal statement? Thanks. Emma, University of London.
Yes, very good question. So when it comes to the personal statement, I say my biggest kind of tip is to always, it's not about what you've done, but it's more about what you've learned from that and what the skills that you have led you to either enjoy the subject or have given you the extra skills and qualities that you think would be good for that course. So universities don't really want to see a list of all your achievements. They really want you to tell us why that matters. So I always say use something called the so what rule. So if you are writing, I was captain of the football team, for example, you have to ask yourself, okay, so what? Why would that be useful for the universities and the admissions officers? So it's about elaborating, expanding, and also making sure you give yourself enough time to do the personal statement. So you'll find you might do a few drafts. Don't rush it, and hopefully you'll be successful.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, Emma. Salvatore, Anglia Ruskin University.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much similar to what Emma says. What is important is to realize how the personal statement is important. Like, universities will receive hundreds and hundreds of applications from everyone, similar grades. So what will make you stand out? So what Emma was saying there, try to identify your transferable skills that you can use them when you go and study. So, taking the example Emma did about being the captain of the team, I was a leader, I was good communicator, I was good trainer. So these kind of skills that will help you when you go and study a subject. And also will be good to show some knowledge maybe about current research in psychology or in some area of psychology that you really like. There are some people that want to do psychology because they love working with kids and they want to see how kids behave. So show that you have done a bit of research or you know something. You not just wake up one day and say, oh yeah, I want to study psychology. There needs to be an explanation of your choice. And that's what you will be asked as well when you go and study. So, they will teach you the lesson, but you will need to debate it and ask questions and try to explain your answer and try to explain your findings, so they can see that from your personal statement. Yeah, that's, I think, my suggestion.
Okay, great. Thanks, Salvatore. Michele, would you like to add something?
There's not much more I could add, to be honest, but just what you do outside of school would help a lot. Everyone goes to school, but what do you do extra out of school, extracurricular activities, sports team, musicians? That's anything I can add.
Okay, thanks. Guys, I have a question from somebody who couldn't be here, but it sent us a question on the email. How many credit hours do I need to graduate? Is a complicated question. Emma?
It really depends on if she's thinking, is it undergraduate, postgraduate?
Undergraduate.
Okay. So usually per year it's 180 credits. Am I right?
80?
Yeah.
Yeah, 180 credits. I'm just
yeah. 80 credits. Okay, so it's for all three universities the same, right?
Yeah,
so it's 120, isn't it?
Per year, I think is it 180?
So from 80 to 120, we can say, right? Or not?
I thought maybe I'm wrong.
Question.
Yeah, in my head, I thought 180. But...
I thought it was 180.
We talk about credit.
Yes.
Yeah.
For undergraduate per year. I think 180 for master.
Okay.
Anyway, you are 2 against 1.
Okay, I'm gonna. We'll find out. We will call this person. Okay. Let's see. Do we have something else? Okay. Marta is asking, will I have problem with a degree from UK for the future jobs in Italy? Should I do other exams? Who wants to go first?
Ladies first.
Emma.
Me again. Well, obviously this is a tricky question at the moment because everything is up in the air, and we're going through this transition period. What I will say though is that the UK welcomes students from all over the world, not just Europe. A UK degree is recognised worldwide. We are the second biggest destination of international students behind the US. Maybe we might take them over, who knows. So I think that's really important to know, that regardless of what happens with, the degree and how it is translated or viewed by the EU, I think it's important to know that I don't think there will be very many issues. I think a UK degree is respected worldwide. It gives you lots of key skills.
Yes, that's correct.
So I don't foresee any big issues with that. And I think from both sides of the coin, I think equally, we want to make sure that transition is really smooth as possible. So I don't foresee any issues, but please contact universities.
Yeah, what I believe actually, and by working here in Italy, the only issue it just will be to translate your documents, and I think that's it, because the diploma that you will get when you graduate UK university, as Emma said, it's respected almost everywhere, so it's still a diploma, university diploma. Michele, you are very quiet. Would you like to add something?
Very much what Emma said. Just in terms of if Marta meant the question of could she practice psychology in Italy after studying a UK degree. Studying a UK degree is internationally recognised, so you'll have a international UK degree qualification. If you went back to Italy to practice psychology, there may be some exams that you might need to take. So you might need to contact the Ministry of Education in Italy to convert your UK psychology degree to be able to practice Italian psychology as a psychiatrist. But it would be possible for many of our courses. You'll just need to research with the Ministry of Education in the country to see what exams, if there are any, that you need to take to convert your UK degree into Italian. But that's just my bit.
Thanks, Michele.
And if I can add, what Michele says, that's the case, I believe, for most of the professional courses. So, if you want to become, a lawyer, paramedic, whatever, you need to check with the local Ministry of Education if you need to do some additional exams or not. But
yes,
yeah,
but
you can just.
We already send the students to study psychology to UK, and they didn't find this like problematic. I mean, they're coming back, the diploma is respected. So the only issue is, like we said, the translation of the documents and just to approve them that they are real. So it's like with any other document. So that's it. Marta, please let us know if we answer on your question. And do we have something else? Somebody's I'm just looking like this because I can't see much. It's so small. Somebody's typing a question, so let's just wait.
By the way,
Sorry, Emma?
Sorry, I think my signal's going. I'm just saying, I just checked, and it is 180.
180 credit
for the full 3. Yeah, for the full 3 years.
Okay, 180 credits.
So UK credit, it's 360, but for the
Oh, sorry, we're talking about ECTS.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So it is 360 UK. So it's 100 ECTS. I thought we were talking about UK credits, which is 100 per year.
That was a tricky question.
It was. It threw us.
I'll write that down.
We're arguing with each other.
Michele is extremely quiet on this.
I'm letting them have their moment.
I don't know. Is your camera blocked, Michele? You can move.
No. Can you? Oh, unless you.
Okay. Do we have any? Yes. After my undergraduate degree in Italy in communication science, can I carry on my studies in psychology in the UK? Do I have to do some more exams? Sorry, after my undergraduate degree in Italy in communication science, can I carry on my studies in psychology in the UK? Do I have to do some more exams? Michele, go first.
So we offer 2 master's degrees. So the first one is health psychology. For that one, you would need a psychology degree. So I'm afraid we wouldn't accept you onto health psychology. We will offer another master's degree called Master in Psychology. For that one, you would be able to apply for it if you can demonstrate you've got relevant work experience within psychology. So that's the option for us. So you have that 1 degree, Master in Psychology. You can apply with any background, but you need to demonstrate you've got some work experience within psychology.
So it will be like working in the psychology area only, experience in psychology area. Experience in
psychology, whether it's been in schools, if you've done any work in prisons or any research laboratories, just some evidence that you've got some practical experience within the area of psychology. Okay,
I understand. Emma, thanks, Michele. Thanks. Emma?
So for most of our postgraduate degrees, you would need to have had a psychology degree or a related discipline. There has been in the past some concessions for students who maybe had relevant work experience in an area, but similar to Michele, in terms of some of the courses would need you to have had a bachelor degree in a psychology degree in the UK. So I think it's only our behavioural economics master's course and our organisational psychology course where you would have the opportunity to maybe apply if you hadn't got the exact degree the psychology background.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Thank you, Emma. Salvatore, Anglia Ruskin University.
Yeah, actually, on my presentation, I did mention we have a psychology conversion degree, which is open to applicants from a different background. So even somebody who has a degree not in psychology, not something relevant, they can still apply for it with a good, strong personal statement, and they would be able to join the psychology conversion course, Masters of Science, as we call it.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys. But for example, if somebody is working in a, ambulance, you know what is ambulance? Is it this word in English? Ambulance, right?
Yeah.
If somebody's working in an ambulance, will this be also as a working experience for psychology course? Michele?
They could list it in their personal statement. So if you don't have a psychology degree, the personal statement would weigh a lot into whether you accept you or not. So your work experience, but also demonstrating, so why working in the ambulance service, you will be able to go on to the psychology degree. So what experience did working in the ambulance service help you in wanting to become a psychologist?
Why I'm asking, because since I moved to Italy, and I'm meeting a lot of people, and a lot of my girlfriends, they are working in ambulance. So I know that this is the job that they're doing. So there's so many people doing this. So I was thinking that maybe it'll be some additional value for this. Okay, I believe it's for City and Anglia Ruskin University the same, right? Like they have to add a personal statement, and this will be some additional value. Okay, let's go. Another question. Thanks, Bening. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this. Beninga. Sorry. How long is going to take this conversion?
It's a 1-year course. It's a 1-year master's course.
Okay, everywhere?
At Anglia Ruskin.
Okay.
I think she's referring to the master's we have in psychology conversion. So if you go on our website, Benigna, you will, and you type in psychology conversion course, you will be able to see that, it has the accreditation, what are the modules we will be studying, and so on. So a better explanation of the course, but it is a 1-year course.
1-year course. Okay. Emma, Michele, do you have something like this as well?
No, unfortunately not for us. Okay.
And Michele?
Yeah, we don't have a conversion course, but if you did take a pre-master's course similar to conversion at other partners we work with, we would consider that, but we don't actually offer it at the university.
Yeah, okay, great. Just was wondering. Since there is no more question, let me quickly check Facebook. No, nothing. I have a question, and it won't be pizza question, don't worry. I know, Salvatore, it's the first time. Okay, Salvatore, the question for you. Do you have any good pizza place near your campus? Be careful what you say.
Yes. I saw a comment before on the chat that somebody has a friend studying at Anglia Ruskin at Crick. So she might know. So there are several places where they do a nice pizza because there is a large Italian community in Cambridge. So there is Signorelli's place that they do pizza. There is Aromi that they do nice pizzas, which they are from Sicily. I think there is also a new place that opened. The guys from Naples, so the pizza is really good as well.
I see you know your things around, eh?
Even I don't go to eat too often out, but I heard from students.
Well, Salvatore, you're Italian, right? So
yes, Italian Greek. 50.
Italian Greek. Oh, what a mixture. Okay, guys. Thanks, Salvatore. The last question, it's not pizza, not pasta question, but it's a serious question. Because we are, as ILAP, receiving a lot of questions about IELTS exam. I mean, all the IELTS exam, English exams are cancelled. And what other options or applicants they have right now? I mean, what is your suggestion? What to do? And who wants to? Salvatore started. Go for it.
I mean, like we are going to accept several online English exams. So there is a new, like, for example, a TOEFL home edition. There is something called Duolingo. There is one called Password. So we will be accepting different online exams. We also we have our own internal English test, as you know, that we run it with you in your office. So we're looking into the possibility. We're looking into the possibility to run that online as well. So any students that they are worried about the English exam, they can get in touch, obviously, with you guys, with us as well, and we can tell them what are the alternative options and what's the the best to do at this stage.
Yes. Thanks, Salvatore. Emma, what is your suggestion? What all the applicants can do right now?
Yeah, so the only online test at the moment that we're accepting is the new at-home TOEFL test. I am trying to get our admissions teams to be looking into things like Duolingo and other things. However, they're quite conservative about things like that. So at the moment it is just the TOEFL at-home test, which seems to be up and running already. So I would recommend looking into that.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. This is what we also saying. We are telling to our applicants to try this TOEFL online. Thanks, Emma. And Michele?
So yes, very similar. So the TOEFL home test we accept. The password online test that we accept. Duolingo, IELTS if they're releasing an online version. So we've been very flexible and adaptive. eLab offer our password tests for free in the eLab offices. But at the moment, so once that's okay to do so, the test can be taken in Milan as well. Yes,
exactly. So, guys, if anyone is interested in applying to the British University, but you are afraid that you won't be able to do your English exam right now, just don't be, because there is a plenty of possibilities that you can do right now. Like Emma said, there is a TOEFL exam. Salvatore and Michele, they said about the exam that can be run through us, through eLab. You will have an Italian consultant that will explain you how this test will go, and you can come to our office. Well, maybe not right now, but soon we are all out and we can go to the office. So don't worry, you can contact eLab and we will suggest you what kind of exam you can do right now and what you can do. And guys, I promise, last question, because I see that it's long, this webinar. Do you think there will be a spot for Italian students during the clearing for psychology course?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
See.
Okay, so I don't know. Let me just quickly check Facebook, and that's it. I swear. Yeah. Okay, this was intensive. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Who is here still with us? Marta and Stefano is here with us. Thank you guys so much. I'm just checking. Yeah. Thank you so much. And I'll see, I don't know, who's with me tomorrow? Salvatore, Michele, am you with me tomorrow on the webinar?
I don't think it's tomorrow. Friday.
Tomorrow we have engineering.
Not me tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. But happy to help out with any more.
Oh, you're not with us anymore, Michele. Oh my God. I should prepare some.
My goodbye. I like pizza.
You like pizza? I'll send over. But wait. On the first webinar, you said you have some good pizza place near your campus, isn't it?
Yes. Very nicely mentioned, because I've even taken Salvatore to that restaurant as well. Yeah. Antica di Michele, it's called.
Oh, sorry.
Very famous in Napoli.
Good. I'm glad, guys. So, should I send this pizza over? No, because there is a good place, right, Michele?
Oh, I'll accept anything.
I'm hungry for pizza now. I really want pizza now.
Okay, so I'm just gonna thank you guys so much. And tomorrow we will have engineering course together with. I need to double check. Give me a second.
Jonathan.
Yes, Brunel University London and University of Portsmouth. So everybody who wants to join us, please join us tomorrow at 7 p.m. Salvatore, Emma, Michele, thank you once again.
Bye.
Bye.